Hunter Biden's legal drama reaching a bit of a tipping point today. Republicans getting a chance to grill Kevin Morris. He is the hotshot lawyer from Hollywood, so-called sugar brother, who has been making it rain for the first son. Morris reportedly paying at least $5 million in Hunter's tax bills, housing, legal fees. According to a report, he told House investigators that he had visited the White House 3 times while bankrolling the first family. He's also paying Hunter's ex-wife and the mother of his young out-of-wedlock daughter. Morris denies that there is any political motivation for any of this, saying in part, quote, I did not and do not have any expectations for receiving anything from Hunter's father or the Biden administration. My only goal was and is to help my friend and client. Meanwhile, Hunter is ending his months of defiance after finally agreeing to a private deposition behind closed doors with House Republicans. That's going to happen now on February the 28th. It's a major shift after he was seen pulling 2 political stunts, one of which where he showed up for his deposition only to blow it off and bash the investigation.
There is no fairness or decency in what these Republicans are doing. They have lied over and over about every aspect of my personal and professional life. So much so that their lies have become the false facts believed by too many people.
Remember that? Then he showed up at the other hearing. And then when it got too heated in there and people said things he didn't like, he got up and walked out. And who was with him when he got up and walked out? Kevin Morris. Janine, I'm going to start with you on this. You know, this is his friend. I mean, I would love to know, or maybe I actually don't want to know the inside of this relationship. Months after they met in 2019, he started paying off all of his bills. And I just see a pattern here of, you know, befriending, bilking, dumping, and then getting angry. How long does it take before these two start scrapping at each other and Kevin Morris starts telling different stories?
You know, I don't know. Here's what I do know. I mean, they're talking about maybe almost $7 million. And by the way, I just have to make a comment. For Hunter Biden talking about the Republicans not having any decency, for this guy to even have the word decency coming out of his mouth when we've seen every part of his body that we don't want to see is really stunning.
The gall of that man.
The gall. Not the balls. The gall of that man.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. I don't really care about Kevin Morris. The only thing I care about, he's a lawyer for the people who write South Park, is he purchased Hunter's share or stake in a China-backed investment during Joe Biden's first year, allowing the first family to claim that they had divested themselves of any connection to communist Chinese money. And so he buys or gets his share, and then he gives them money. I mean, that's a problem for me. But other than that, I could care less about this guy.
But Charlie, I'm just intrigued. I mean, why is this guy doing all of this? Why is he trying to clear the decks for Hunter Biden? He's buying all of his artwork after they only knew each other for a few months.
Yeah, anytime you're defending a sugar brother in politics, you're losing badly. But what's really strange about it is that this actually may be the least terrible scandal that the Biden family faces. I loved his statement talking about how he had no expectation of something in return for all of his money, which sort of reminds us of all the other areas where Hunter Biden was collecting money from China, Ukraine, Mexico, you know, all these different places where, and they're saying, oh, no, of course there was no expectation of something in return. Yes, there was. It kind of makes you wonder whether or not it's almost like the White House wants to talk about this because they don't want to talk about these other things where Joe Biden is completely involved in. And then, of course, you have the White House advance team sent Jill Biden out to go speak today at a high school. Unfortunately, they picked a Hunter High School. And so look at the entire time she's talking, she's standing behind a podium. Hunter High.
Hunter tennis.
So I'm starting to think that maybe the White House has turned on him.
Hunter High.
Hunter High, man.
Yeah.
Piers, what do you think?
I can't get past the art. So I agree with you. I don't really care about this guy, Morris, except that he paid $850,000, 300 grand in cash, the rest in loans that she didn't expect to get back, to Hunter Biden for his art. Now, my mother has a degree in fine art, which she got in her 60s, to her great, talented delight. This is Hunter Biden's art. I would probably pay, possibly at my local flea market, $10, maybe $15. Do you know how much it goes for? it goes for between $200,000 and $500,000 a piece, some of this stuff, right? For utter garbage.
So if you could get that for $10, you would buy it?
Possibly, but where would you put it, right? So he's obviously not a proper artist. And yet, why is this guy paying all this money? Why is he paying off his loans? Why is he doing all this stuff? Obviously, he's doing it for political access. He met Hunter Biden at a Biden fundraiser. He's been to the White House 3 times and met Joe Biden. This guy is a Hollywood hotshot. He smokes his bongs. He goes to see South Park because he works for them. And he pops along to the White House and, hey, I'm in with the president. That's why he's doing this. And that's why, everything involving
grown men who have like this kind of friendship.
This is a love story. Like, we're all adults here.
And I have some art I want to sell.
He went along with him to the hearing.
I got like 20 seconds. There's like no such thing as a sugar brother. It's just sugar daddy. And it's a love story. If this was Hallmark, we'd all have tissues and tears in our eyes. So let's just call it what it is. No, every guy who's made the mistake of putting a stripper through college and never gets anything back knows that sometimes love is one-sided. So that's all that this is. It's just a love affair.
Yeah.
You know, just call it what it is.
Who's the stripper in this situation?
Hunter.
Okay. Clearly.
Thanks for
A man with
clarifying.
no decency.
Well, we don't know that to be true. But you know what?
I do.
Love is, because nothing else is going to make a man spend money like that.
Friendship. It's a beautiful thing.
It's it's a wonderful.
It's beautiful. Beautiful friendship.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.